Hey there, Will. Thanks for tuning in today. I see you've been out in the field this week studying some of the Buddhist relics. Can you tell us some of the fundamental aspects of this religion for our newer viewers?
Sure thing, Aaron. So Buddhism is an Indian religion. It really goes beyond religion and is more of a philosophy or way of life to about 300 million people around the world. The word comes from Buddhi, or to awaken. It has an origins of about 2,500 years ago when Siddhartha Gautama, known as the Buddha, was himself awakened or enlightened at the age of 35. Even though it was founded in India, there are almost no Buddhist monks there now. The ultimate goal of a Buddhist is to reach nirvana or enlightenment by liberating oneself from endless reincarnation and suffering.
Wow, interesting. Is there a religious text that goes along with this?
The Buddhist scripture is called the Tripitaka. It was written about 2,500 years ago and it consists of 168 volumes, each about 2 inches thick.
Oh boy, that's a lot of reading. What would you say are the most unique aspects of Buddhism?
Buddhism teaches that by cutting out greed, hatred, and ignorance, you can end suffering. The majority beliefs of Buddhists are the three jewels, the Four Noble Truths, Noble Eightfold Path, and the Five Precepts. The three jewels, which are the trinity of Buddhists, they are the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. Buddhist means one who is enlightened. The Dharma is the religious and moral code governing the conduct of people. The Sangha is a congregation of the monks, the nuns, the laymen, and laywomen. The Four Noble Truths comprise of the essence of Buddhist teachings, and that is all life is suffering. The causes of suffering is ignorant desire. Desire can be destroyed, and the means to this is the Eightfold Path. The Four Truths are the truth of suffering, the truth of the origin of suffering, the truth of the cessation of suffering, and the path to the cessation of suffering. Buddha is often compared to a physician. In the first two Noble Truths, he diagnosed the problem, suffering, and identified its cause. The third Noble Truth is the realization that there is a cure. And the fourth Noble Truth, in which Buddha set out the Eightfold Path, is a prescription that the way to achieve a release from suffering. The Noble Eightfold Path steps are right of understanding, right thought, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration.
So, how would you say this religion has evolved over time to match the more modern era? What does this faith say or instruct today's youth about societal challenges?
As culture and society has changed over time, the teachings have adapted to modern times. Buddha talked about intoxicants and discouraged us from using them. Alcohol was the primary intoxicant during the time of Buddha's teaching. Some of the biggest intoxicants in today's society are television, shopping, and food. We also see a more violent society, which is an interesting prospect because Buddha considers hatred, anger, and violence to be some of the main causes of suffering. Instead of acting out against this, we are to meditate and pray to calm our minds and souls. Much of today's society has the desire to have all the biggest and best stuff money has to offer, which is why shopping has become such an addiction. Buddhist teaches that we must not get emotionally attached to an object. It states that there is nothing that is permanent in this life, be it goodness, wealth, health, or happiness.
Wow, that's all very interesting. So how do all these teachings come together for the Buddhist?
Today, everyone seems to be under the influence of external pressure and have many life stressors. The Dhamma provides ways to free our mind from mental defilement through meditation and concentration, coupled with the true understanding of the world, man's role in it, and the practice of the Buddhist path. I think you'll find that many predominantly Buddhist countries are quite poor, and one of the reasons is because this way of life teaches its members the wealth does not guarantee happiness, and also wealth is impermanent. The people of every country suffer whether rich or poor, but those who internalize these teachings can find happiness in the most meaningful of ways.
Wow, that's great. Thanks for taking some time to speak with us today, Will. As always, we enjoyed tuning into your interesting adventures in Buddhist research, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks!
Thank you.